Hello, welcome to another Rouse Rex video. So the other day I had a problem with a Kia Ceed, and I say the other day, basically this is a car I've that's just recently come into my ownership, and ever since we had it, it was difficult to get in and out of gear. Well, coming out of gear was fine, but it was getting into gear. So I did a bit of research, and online it was saying about various things, so like the slave cylinder, the master cylinder, and there was only one post on there on the online forum that I just googled that said that they needed a new clutch. Well, in actual fact, it wasn't actually the clutch that was anything wrong with. It was the release bearing, the bit that goes on to the fulcrum arm, for those of you that potentially don't know. Anyway, what I did find out in the end was I mucked about with it. I tried to, with a process of elimination, I put a small nut in front of where the slave cylinder goes, because the beauty of that particular model, the release slave cylinder, which is the bit that goes on the gearbox, which pushes the clutch in and out, is outside. And a lot of modern cars are inside of the bell housing, so you have to take the gearbox out anyway. Well, on this particular model, as I say, it was outside, so I managed to put a nut in behind where the fulcrum arm is, and in doing that, it improved it. So I thought, we'll keep trying it like that for a while. Drove it like that for a period, and I thought, nice, need to get the gearbox out, have a little look. So did that, and essentially I'll show you what I found in a second. Unfortunately, I didn't video it because it was one of them jobs that was particularly difficult. You have to drop the subframe on that model, and just to get the gearbox out. So I had to support the engine, and I thought, I didn't want to take the subframe completely out, so I just dropped it, and I made it after myself, really. But anyway, I did do it, but unfortunately I didn't video it. But what I'm going to show you now is where I found what the problem I found with the release bearing, which I'll show you. So as you can see here, this is the release bearing. The clutch, as you can it's done about 140,000 miles, and actually looking at the wear on it here is actually not too bad. And the clutch didn't slip, as you can see there. The clutch cover, it's not been getting hot or anything, and of course it's not really under that much load. It's only a small car really. But if I turn this over, and we can see this here was the damage, and this just, I guess it just wore away. But basically what was happening was that goes like that. For those of you that don't particularly might not know, basically mounts like that inside the gearbox, and this bit here in my right hand pushes these fingers in and out, which releases the drive, and this bit is the drive plate. So essentially, just that tiny bit missing there was allowing that not to push these fingers in far enough so that this wouldn't, the clutch wouldn't actually clear properly. So the one I got now, it had basically the new updated version, has like all of this bit round here is steel. It's like a steel plate that they put on there, and to be honest with you, the car's, it's beautiful now. It actually drives really nice. So yeah, if you've got a problem with your Kia Ceed 1.5 diesel, it's difficult to go in gear, difficult to get it into reverse, and changing gears, things like that. You check the hydraulics of the clutch and that seems okay, then I would imagine that it's probably something to do with the release bearing here. So this has gone here. So and of course my one had done has done 145,000 miles, and then it's over 7 years old. Obviously Kia had a 7-year warranty, didn't they, as far as I was aware. So it would be something that you'd have to pay someone to do. The clutch itself was only about 100 quid, but it's worth spending for a Valio or a decent amount of money and get a decent sort of clutch. so that you don't have to do the job again, if that makes sense. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe for more videos.